I know this. We have the brilliance. I trust in the spiritual dignity seeking liberation within each of us. We have to believe that. We have to take that first step in liberating ourselves from these various forms of oppression, liberating ourselves from fear, from ignorance, from apathy, from nihilism, from cynicism. Liberate ourselves. Who told us that God was separate from nature? Who mechanized our existence? Who told us that we're some random chemical expression, evolutionary expression of chemical reactions? Like, who de-sanctified our world? Think about that. Think about that long and hard, because this is 5,000 years in the making. Who told us that God was dead? Who de-spiritualized our reality? The same forces that tell us that we're different today are the same forces that pulled off this immense trick of the mind, an immense abstraction, a separation of spirit from mind, even to hold ourselves, to hold consciousness, is a very powerful language, very powerful linguistic assertion for us to say that I have a soul, that I have a spirit. We don't have a soul, we don't have a spirit, we are spirits. We are souls. We are all capable of this divine expression, this creative inspiration that guides us, that authorizes us in spirit, in morality, and then in legality, in jurisprudence. What I recognized during the fight of Standing Rock was that there is a line in our world. There is a line in what has been sold to us as civilization. And when these same forces, these corporate, financial, extractive, endless war machine, private prison, industrial complexes, I don't know how to encapsulate all those institutions into one thing. But when they come for your water, when they threaten your child's birthright to inherit clean water and a healthy ecosystem, you will feel that line and realize that you either have to be willing to die or go to prison to protect your children's birthright to clean water. There is a line in our society. And we have to answer to our conscience and our compassion that is trying to express itself through us not only as a strategic matter, but the kind of leadership that I would like our children to see. We have to engage non-violence. We have to stay in prayer. We have to walk in the power of our peace. But walking in the power of your peace does not mean that you're passive. It means the opposite of that. Because you are walking in the power of your peace, because you are authorized in morale, because you are authorized in spirit, you are liberating everybody around you when you stand up to injustice. When you stand up to what you know is wrong, what you saw on the screens, you know in your heart and your mind that's wrong. These private actors, these private military contractors should not be able to instigate corporate-sponsored, state-executed violence, brutality. When you saw that water being sprayed on hundreds of people, an intentional endangerment of human life, for which any of us in here would be charged with a felony, they would send you to prison for doing that. That night, Sophia Wolanski, a 21-year-old woman from New York, had her arm almost blown clear off because she was shot at point-blank range with a concussion grenade. Explosives that Morton County said they did not use. They lied to everybody. Point blank, but luckily we have video evidence to refute that, to blow it straight out of the water. Susie Desmond, another woman, lost her eye that night. They maim people. This is going on right now in our country. And we, as responsible people, as human beings first, then Americans, then whatever classification you want to identify with, we are that secondary to being human beings first and owing to each other an obligation to recognize each other's humanity, recognizing that our liberations are tied up in one another's inextricably. We are bound up together in this experience, in this human condition, on our path to spiritual liberation. We are brothers and sisters on this